I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced.
It's not in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only.
I have so many things though. This is a
I
lot.
mean, I still got my pistol, so I'm good regardless.
Girl, Kenny's here. We ain't worried. Okay, can I put this in the car?
Don't play that with me. I don't play them games. Black girl magic? I don't play them games. I got whips, pistols, everything.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only, and we is up in other people business. What up, ho? So it's looking like Kenya is feeling some type of way about Bravo, about the thoughts and opinions of people on social media and on the internet, and I want you guys to chime in the comment section and let me know what you think, because I'm not gonna lie. Everything that I said and feel about the start of this conflict with Brittany, Edie, and Kenya, I stand on. It started with Brittany. Brittany was coming off very fan-ish. She clearly wanted an issue with Kenya. Unfortunately, Kenya got tricked out of her spot, right? Unfortunately, it's looking like Kenya has positioned herself to be the villain truly, but the villain that cannot return, unfortunately. So Andy did some type of podcast or radio show, and he was speaking with two other co-hosts, and they were talking about the episode with Kenya and Brittany Edie, her getting kicked out, etc. And one of the co-hosts said that it was basically sexual assault, and Kenya took great offense to this. And I don't know, I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think. So I would say that Kenya also has a point, because she clarified some things and said that these were things that I was able to get off of the internet. So I want to know how you guys feel. Would this fall under sexual assault to you, or sexual harassment? Or would this fall under harassing communications in your eyes? Would this fall under revenge P in your eyes? I want to know what you guys think, because I do feel like there were some valid points across the board, and I really just want to map it all out. In my humble, honest opinion, I think Kenya kind of took it too far, but then again, it depends on how and what we're speaking about, because I'm never going to be the one to tell somebody how to respond or when's too far, because I always stand on you could never tell somebody how to respond to them. But again, there are some people that say that they feel like it wasn't that serious for her to respond in this way. But then again, I don't know, because if somebody threatened me with pistols, I'm really honestly going to feel some type of way. But I don't know, right? I am really, though, going to feel some type of way. Like, if a bitch say that, oh, I got gun, I got this, I'm telling you, I am going to be pissed. So let's talk about it, y'all.
What happened is that Britt made a comment at the end of last week's episode, like, I have a gun and a whip, or something like that.
I saw that.
And on this week's episode, they all said to Britt that you can't say that shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Whatever. She shows up to Kenya's opening of her gorgeous salon, which is beautiful, that Kenya has worked so hard on, that she dedicated to her daughter. And it's this big event, opening it with all these people there. And Britt comes in and brings her flowers and says, I want to apologize to you, and a note. And Kenya totally ignores her, totally. And Britt's like, okay, I'm just going to leave these here. And Britt leaves. And then Kenya gets up and makes her whole opening about someone came after me and they shouldn't have. And I started looking into who this woman is, and this is who she is. And she starts showing pictures of her.
Poster board that she printed
out. And this is
and one of the pictures is
revenge
her,
porn type.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the pictures is her
oral sexing.
Yeah. And so, and the Atlanta housewives are like, we're out. We don't want any, the place like clears out.
Yeah.
And then there's and Cynthia said in all my time at the show, this is the lowest I've ever seen anything get. And, so that's what, and then there's a slide at the end of the show that says, Bravo, stop filming with Kenya after this.
Well, they say like, there's all this talk of, after the Me Too movement, it's like, if you show someone a dick pic or a nude pic without them saying, yes, I would like to see that right now, that's like sexual assault.
Yes, Jordan?
Well, I was going to say, the bad part of it and the sad part of it was that, like you said, it was Kenya's opening of her store that she's worked so hard for, and that it's been Kenya Moore hair care for years.
Yes.
And it was like a big moment for her.
Why
and
did
like
she do that?
She should have been celebrating herself, but instead she used the time to like do revenge porn and bring somebody else down. And at the end of the day, it was such a bad look for Kenya.
Yeah, why would
and
she do
she
that?
sabotaged herself and her business.
Yeah. What was she thinking?
Jody from Minneapolis.
Okay, y'all. So Kenya took to her Instagram to respond. She says, the two co-hosts are extremely ignorant. Sexual assault is our word. Remember, that's what Phaedra accused Candy of attempting to do to Portia. Revenge P. If someone showed Kim K X tape to you, is that revenge P? I found that plus tons others online. She signed a release for it, so it's a fair receipt. Warning, if you are not an attorney and familiar with Georgia law, then shut the fuck up. Sick of the bias and selective outrage. These comments should not have aired. It's a podcast. Where is legal? You don't want activated Kenya. I shouldn't have shown at my event, but for the love of God, why would they ignore a clear gun threat? And I think that's valid. And I'm going to have to agree with Kenya. Whether you like it or not, that was clearly a threat. And if she brought it to their attention, then it should have been addressed. She should have got some type of temporary leave or something of the sort to where she wouldn't have even had the opportunity to film at Kenya's event. But they did nothing instead, and they let it linger. Kenya responded in what some people feel like is team too much. And like I said, I'm never going to be the one to tell somebody how to respond. If somebody threatened me with a G, look, listen, if somebody threatened me with a G, baby, I'm going to be pissed to the point to where I'm going to try to get you fired. Not only am I going to try to get you fired, I'm going to call CPS if you have children. I'm going to get them removed from the household because you're erratic. And see, some people would be like, oh, what the kids got to do with it? Bitch, that's the first place I'm going to go because you threatened me with a pow pow. That's my life, okay? So now I'm going to hit you where it hurts, or you're going to get fired. I'm going to, So again, I can't really respond in that in that span of things. But will I say, is it something that I would necessarily do? In the context that Kenya is putting in, Kenya is saying that I went online and I was able to find it. It was easy, it was an easy find. I feel like I probably would have found it too, and I probably would have used that as something to throw in her face. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being realistic, y'all. And I don't think I would have done it at my event though. And at the end of the day, Kenya, this is just one of them things, right? This is not a regular back and forth thing. You're, at the end of the day, still in the corporate setting, whether you're on reality TV or not. And I think that's just kind of where you may have dropped the ball. You didn't play your cards all the way right. I feel like had Kenya not done that at her event, and if they would have had a sit down at a table and she had it in a file, and she had it in a folder, like, well, I know that you used to do P. And let her lie. Well, here's the proof. Here's the receipts. That probably would have been a little bit different. But I think the way that it was done, in my opinion, this is a case of it's not what you did, it's how you did it. I feel like Bravo just didn't want the actual backlash of that, and the way that it came across in all of the chatter when it happened is the reason why they responded the way that they responded. But had people not responded the way that they did, I don't think Bravo would have actually truly done anything about it. And I want y'all to get in the comment section and let me know if you think Kenya have a point. If it's something that you can go on the internet and find, is that actually revenge P? Because the difference is, because I'm thinking like, hey, where did you get these pictures from? You're exposing this girl, right? if Brittany Edie signed release forms for her, and she did say that she was a magazine girl, she was in videos and stuff when she was young at like 15, 16 years old. If she signed these things over for them to be able to have on a public website for people to have for their enjoyment, I mean, is that necessarily revenge, Pete? Because I could see if that was something in her personal phone and you hacked her phone and you released it out of her phone. Now I'm like, okay, bitch, you tripping. You tripping. Or if you know, reaching out to her exes, trying to get dirt on her, and then they send you a video of him and her. Then I'm gonna be like, bitch, you tripping. You doing weird shit. Like, I don't resonate with that, right? But when we are having a sparring match, right? I'm just trying to be realistic, and somebody threatened me with a gun, with the pow pow, and you know, and I'm battling. If I'm typing your name to do some research and that come up, I just might use it. So y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload. And I don't want y'all to get this twisted. I'm not saying Kenya is right, but I'm also saying I'm not willing to judge her because I may have been the one to make that same mistake. We up out these bitches' business for now.
And don't listen to me because I can see shit that Kenya did wrong. So don't listen to me because I'm the wrong bitch to listen to. So because I still to this day thought that was iconic, but I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Don't quote me on that one. Don't at me. Okay. But I just felt like, no, I be feeling like if it was so wrong, don't show it. That's my thought. But anyway, who am I to say it again and again? Y'all can see and say that I go to hell with my responses, but y'all don't see why I go to hell. When people say certain things to me, I think all bars are off. If you say my kids don't like me and my husband got multiracial kids, now I can say what I want to. If you say my mom in hell, now I feel free for all. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah. I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between